And now, from 12 Studios, this is News 12 Now.
Today is Monday, March 18th. Welcome to News 12 Now. I'm Kylee Dedmon. New on News 12 Now, the Supreme Court is set to hear a case today that could determine if the White House violated free speech rights when it asked social media companies to take down content that it deemed as misinformation. While the Biden administration has been arguing that spreading certain speech is dangerous, others see the efforts as a serious violation of First Amendment rights. Last year, a Louisiana district court said that the federal government was coercing and encouraging social media moderation. An appeals court revised some of the ruling, but the Biden administration later asked the Supreme Court to take up the case. We'll keep you updated throughout the decision. Former President Donald Trump is reportedly changing his stance on abortions. The former president has reportedly began to settle on the kind of abortion ban he will push for. According to reports, Trump plans to work towards a 16-week ban with exceptions, those being rape, incest, and the life of the mother. Trump claims he is looking for a compromise on the abortion topic with Democrats and is expected to announce his official abortion plan soon. Tomorrow is the spring equinox, marking the start of the spring season for the Northern Hemisphere. Our days will start to get longer, totaling a full 12 hours of daylight. With the spring starting, our weather will officially become extreme, but we, of course, already knew that here in Texoma, and I'm joined now with our meteorologist, Briggs. Brian, I feel like we've been in the middle of winter and spring for some time now, so what can we be expecting for our day today?
At least chillier conditions as we kind of round out the last few hours here of winter overall. Finally feeling like it a little bit here, even though most of the winter has felt like spring. Temperatures definitely chilly this morning in the 30s and some low 40s. So some of us got very close to a light frost territory, but the sun is out and we are going to try to warm up as we head into the afternoon. It's all thanks to some northerly winds that continue to filter in here. And it's not just us dealing with this chill across the United States. It's actually most of the United States dealing with it with freeze warnings to our east. So that being said, actually tonight and tomorrow is when the chilliest temperatures are expected to kind of peak out overnight tonight. And yeah, spring starts tomorrow, which we kind of have a cool little diagram on why that is and why the Earth's relation to the sun this time of the year is very important for that. And we will also talk about our next rain chance, which, surprise, surprise, is on Thursday, but should not look as crazy as last Thursday. And back to you, Kylee.
Thank you, Brian. Well, there was a house fire on the Preston Peninsula this past weekend. A viewer sent us this video showing smoke and flames from the blaze. There you see it. KXII storm chaser Mark Smith tells us it was a mobile home on Denison Drive that caught fire. The viewer who sent in this video says he heard what sounded like explosions. The Pottsboro Fire Department say they received a call just before 7 regarding a single wide mobile home on fire. They say they got the fire under control in about half an hour. They had to wait for a 125-gallon propane tank that was on fire to empty out before going inside to extinguish what was left of the fire. Now, the fire chief tells us that they cannot confirm that the propane tank was the cause. No injuries have been reported. And heads up for drivers in Grayson County, road closures this week in both Sherman and Denison. News 12's Aaron Pillay has more on the projects and how construction can impact your drive and local businesses.
As the ongoing U.S. Highway 75 expansion project continues cruising along, more closures are coming. First in Sherman.
TxDOT's going to be closing down Highway 82 underneath Highway 75.
Drivers will be detoured to the west and eastbound frontage roads before getting back onto 82. According to TxDOT, the highway is closing so crews can demolish the existing northbound and southbound overpasses, all bringing the intersection closer to being 3 lanes in all directions.
We really think that'll help a lot with moving traffic through that intersection.
The closure will begin Friday at 8 p.m. and last through the weekend. In Denison, the ramps on north and southbound 75 will be closed from westbound spur 503 starting Monday. During the closure, drivers will be detoured to Loy Lake Road. It has been over a year since the expansion project began, and for local businesses, it has not been easy.
Business is down almost half. Used to stop by a lot of highway customer nowadays no more stopping.
Reggie's Liquor in Sherman has been open for 6 years, located off of the 7582 intersection.
These local businesses, they need your help. Otherwise they will die.
The highway expansion project is nearing the end in South Sherman, but just starting in North Sherman and Denison. As you get out this weekend and early next week, be sure to slow down and watch out for workers. In Grayson County, Erin Pillay, News 12.
A bill that limits how long vehicles can stay in the left lane on the highway is moving on after passing in the Oklahoma House. While state law already generally forbids vehicles from driving in that lane except to pass, House Bill 3452 places real time limits on being in the lane. Now, under the bill, tractor trailers have 2 minutes to pass, while smaller vehicles like cars and pickups would only have 1 minute. The bill now heads to the Senate for a vote. And Medill City leaders unanimously voted to approve a formal hearing for a proposed sand mine off Highway 70 near Medill. City leaders called a special meeting Friday to meet with landowners and residents about their concerns with the proposed sand mine, discussing and citing many factors from environmental impacts, permit regulations, and increased traffic. Marshall County resident Chris Bradshaw says residents were able to voice their concerns on how the mine would affect their families within the county.
When something's coming in your back door, you really need to look at it and you need to get a good understanding of what's happening. And so don't be narrow-minded and look at what benefits you alone, but look at how it impacts everything else.
A date on the formal protest hearing will be made in the coming days. Well, severe weather season is upon us, and Carter County Emergency Management hosted their annual Severe Weather and Disaster Preparedness event on Saturday. News 12's Drury Vaughn shows us how they're making sure their community is prepared for an emergency.
From tornadoes to flash floods, several local disaster preparedness agencies are sharing their expertise on how to respond in the event of an emergency.
It's a great opportunity for the public to learn about severe weather safety, learn about severe weather, and just have a better understanding so that they're prepared and know what to do.
Sherry Shower with the American Red Cross says no matter the emergency, it's always good to have a plan.
We prepare, have a place to go, have that storm shelter in place and make sure it's going to be open and available.
Many local first responders participated in storm tracker training with the National Weather Service to learn more about potentially dangerous cloud formations.
Mother Nature can be ferocious, so you have to know how to do it safely. We also talked about the types of storms, such as supercells, squall lines, etc.
Local organizations are pitching in at this year's event by offering their services to help those affected by a disaster.
Usually they need somebody to come and talk to them, and maybe after critical incident stress, we have chaplains that go in and talk with people and try and mitigate some of the other emotional stress that goes along with it.
We can open shelters up, and for those that have lost their homes, we give them a warm place and safe place to stay. We can provide meals for them, make sure that they're being taken care of.
In Ardmore, Drury Vaughn, News 12.
We hope to see you back here for News 12 at noon. Thanks for watching and have a magnificent Monday.